Hey everyone, this is Suhana Bhattacharya, and you're listening to the Goodfirms Leaders Roundtable podcast. As the IT sector expands, more and more people are starting their own IT businesses. And to help them make the right decisions and avoid pitfalls, I sit down with the top CEOs of IT companies and discuss everything about trends, technology, leadership, and more. We are glad to have Omer Aslam, CTO and co-founder of IT company Clustox, for this podcast episode. He has been leading the team, imparting his valuable technical, creative, and management expertise and building great software applications. So thank you so much for joining us today, Omer. Anything that you'd like to add to the introduction?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really glad to have a podcast with Good Firms. Yeah, I think that's all that you have mentioned. I have like more than a decade of experience in software development and using the latest technology stack and working on multiple products. So that's it, I think. Thank you.
And first of all, I would really like to congratulate Clustox on completing 10 years in the IT industry. I think it's a big achievement for Clustox. So congratulations.
Thank you for that.
And moving forward in the podcast, I think the future of mobile application development concerns every other business owner out there. Some questions like what technology will take over, or how to build a product around that, and the changes that a business must be doing in their service offering. That puzzles a lot of people, and that is what we are discussing today. So, before we dive into the topic, our audience would like to know your experience and your journey of developing applications back in 2012 when Clustock came into existence versus developing apps today.
Yeah, sure. So that's a very interesting journey overall. The mobile market hit like in 2008. The iPhone was launched at that time and they started with very basic application, mostly some basic tools and games, not like the 2D or 3D games, like role playing games, etc. So I have been involved in 2010 in a project where I developed a role play game. It's like a gangster game to have a war. And it was really just to play and spend some time on that as a multiplayer game. But when things started up and people look this, technology as a good one, they started invested on the multiple ideas, which we call startups ideas, right? So they started on the different startup ideas to engage people, to have some monetization on that, including the ads and all those in-app purchasing and stuff like that. So they are a big boom on the startup ideas. But at that time, I would say that the businesses, the small or the medium or the large size businesses, are still away from this technology. And once, I mean, 2012, they are like simple ideas for having a social media on the mobile, having different niche, that is some comments, some blogging application like that, some audio or the music management apps, and these types of ideas to get attraction and raise the funding and convert into a good unicorn. But now what I can see is like after having that maturity in the mobile market, the iOS and Android become a very big player, and the businessmen, the entrepreneurs, all started looking into that technology as an advantage and opportunity. So many small and medium-sized businesses start working on those ideas that can make their product, make their existing efficient, and retain their customers. So all those things coming up, especially there were like good web application, and they started building their mobile application because a lot of traffic is coming from the mobiles. So it's a complete transformation, I would say, from like a lighter use to a heavy, more extensive, business oriented and efficient use on this mini desktop solutions.
Right. I think we have moved from apps for basic needs to apps for almost every kind of need a human may have.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And as we are doing our day to day task, we never actually stop to consider how mobile apps have actually made our lives a lot easier, convenient, and time saving. But it's not over, right? What future trends are we anticipating in the mobile app development space?
Yeah, I mean, the mobile app is like a larger world. Now, you see your iPhone and they recommend you different things based on your photos. They can read the text on your photos if you search something, and they can club all those photos and create a movie that you will love to share and watch. So the AI itself becoming a core of many mobile application OS, and the IoTs are a very normal thing now. Everyone wants to control different appliance through the mobile application, and the AR VR is coming up. So there's still need to develop the latest technologies things like the, I would say, AI ML application, the connectivity with the wearables. So all those things are coming up, and I can see a rich future for those billions of ideas that will be coming up in near future.
Right. And the various kind of emerging technologies that you also mentioned about smart wearable technology devices that are being used in the market today and are gaining popularity at such a fast rate. So, could you perhaps highlight some key differences in the development process of wearable apps and native mobile apps?
Yeah, sure. So the mobile app development is much mature now. They moved from Objective C, which was very basic language, to the next thing, and same to Java. Move to the other language as well, like the Swift and the Catalan are the very mature framework and the languages as well. But the IoT devices, the frameworks are still emerging. There are many frameworks like the Arduino and the other framework that we could program the microcontroller and the microprocessors, but they still need to be mature. They still need to be open source libraries to use, just plug and play those stuff. So it's still little challenging for people, but I mean the people can learn very easily. There's very basic thing that we need to do into that small IoT device, like we just need to have a connectivity, we just need to have sending the logs to the server or some device. So things like that, they are not like very rich in terms of the UI UX. So I would say there's a learning curve, because you need hardware and you need to learn those programming languages, which is very low level languages than the high level. But there would be more to come in the future, I guess.
Definitely. And as you mentioned that there is a learning curve of I think every emerging technologies, because what has been explored in these areas are a lot of use cases, but there are still a lot to be explored in AI or IoT or wearables like we just discussed now.
Right. Yeah.
So all people all over the world are talking about 5G technology and how it'll create a massive shift in the app market. So, what will be the most significant changes in the 5G mobile app development? And if any changes are to be expected, will they be positive or negative?
Every technology has two different aspect to use. They have the positive aspect, they have the negative usage as well. So I think the 5G has more about the positive things, because the connectivity is going to be massive now. We can download and view very high resolution videos, as well as we can do all those things that could not be done earlier on, like having a hologram to view and to sit in some other meeting, or with the metaverse you can imagine all those things that would be imaginable. So I think the 5G is a good stuff. Definitely it will leverage our connectivity problems, and the seamless communication and all those things would be increased, and that would benefit overall development, and the new ideas would be coming up as well.
Exactly. And 5G will just increase the impact of mobile app in our daily lives even more, I believe.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So, high quality user experience design is no longer a competitive edge alone. Instead, I think it is a critical element that ensures long term market success, because as human we always like to use apps which are easy to use, which is attractive, and I think UX has a bigger part to play in this. So what are some new UX trends that you believe are gaining tractions and other businesses must follow?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. That's really true that the UI UX become a very critical part of every application we use nowadays. So everyone expect like it should be very self-explanatory, it should be intuitive. So now the new trends, it's like to have a simplistic and the minimalistic on the UI UX. And now the thinking are growing up like how we can reduce our steps to do particular things using the shortcuts or so all those UI UX things are coming up in the future. I would say people would be really crazy to spend less time to do the simple things, and they don't want to be repeatedly doing the same things again and again with a lot of steps. So this could be one thing, reducing the steps between the flows, and there could be many other things.
Hmm. And apps, UX, and how it appeals to a person matters a lot more. And then moving on to the development is always a better option, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, the Apple is always so innovative that they with all their latest mobile phone or the versions, they always add some new UI UX, sometimes floating, sometimes notifications. So and as a mobile app developer, we're always looking into those trends and want to go with those flows to have a better user experience and have a good intuitive applications.
Right. And I think the perfect quote to use here is that inspiration is everywhere around you, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
Mm. Mm. So, moving forward, I think we should be focusing on the security issues that come up with such emerging technologies, because they are a worry for developers and it is another real challenge in the mobile app development. So, can you please highlight some of the top security issues that developers face during the mobile app development process?
Yeah, sure. So I think it's very interesting to know that we have a lot of data we are using in our mobile application, in our servers, and there's a great traffic between all those things. Now we are having the IoT devices, different variables. So all those data, are they secure? Anyone can hit in between that and get that data. So this is a really critical part of the application. And I think as the things are going mature, there are a lot of ethical hackers are coming up in the market as well. They are always trying to find some leakage, some gap between your securities, and they
Mm.
are going to hit that and asking for bounties and different things about that. So these are very important for the developers to make themselves really engage all those security vulnerabilities, all those compliance that should be used, the SSL, all the crypto things, that there should be secure connection, privacy should be strong enough, and the data that we are sending to our server and the different devices, that should be encrypted as well. So all those things, and I can see a big market of third party tools and the APIs, and there could be like the AI based APIs or the tools that can find the vulnerabilities within your application, within your code. So this could help a lot, and definitely a new learning thing for the developers as well.
Right. So, we'd like to move forward and ask that Clustox recently celebrated their 10th anniversary in the IT industry, and we totally understand how difficult it is for IT industry sustain in such competitive market. So, how Good Firms has assisted you in your rapid expansion as one of the industry's leading brands in mobile app development?
It's really cool to have listed in Goodfirm as a top leading mobile application development firm. And because I mean, Goodfirm is a good website, and all those people who are looking for some development partnership and the consultancy, they always go to different sources to acknowledge and get the referral. So Goodfirm is the one of the biggest referral of our company, especially for the mobile application development. And people come to us and they say that we saw your blog or your post on the Goodfirm, and we believe that you could be a good fit for this particular work. So it's always pleasure to get clients and get the projects by good firm or directed by good firms. And even there's a good, I would say, percentage where our clients come to us directly, and when they ask for any referral, we generally give the good firm link to them, that you can see our reviews there, you can see our blogs there, and see that how good firm has acknowledged us for the particular development. And they always acknowledge that, and it's really helpful to get a good vibe and good understanding for our newer customers.
Thank you so much. And we are really glad to know that good firms had such an important role to play in the rapid expansion of Clustox. And we hope to see you grow more, see Clustox grow more, and bag many more such clients. So thank you so much for joining us and sharing your valuable insights.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure.